Now we're going to chat about how to enter your Etsy fees into your spreadsheet. And this is going to apply whether you're using the Etsy Seller Spreadsheet or the Etsy Import add-on. Again, I will be using the Etsy Seller Spreadsheet in my example, but other than seeing those additional tabs that you don't have on the Import add-on, everything works exactly the same, regardless of which spreadsheet file you purchased. So you've imported in your Etsy order CSV. You've got your sales in here. You've got your Etsy credit card processing fees in here. What about the rest of the money and the fees that you pay Etsy for running your shop? We're going to cover how to enter and find those in this video. In general, I want you to be aware because many of us are not. Etsy charges you at a minimum 3 different fees. The first is that Etsy credit card processing fee. We've already imported that guy in here. We're good to go with that one. That is usually 3% plus 25 cents per order total in the US. The percentage changes if you're if you're an international seller, but that's what the charge is in the US. The second one is a 5% transaction fee. You can consider that Etsy's commission basically on your sale. That's the cut that they get for allowing you the honor and privilege of selling on Etsy.com. The 5% transaction fee is charged on your sale total and on your shipping received from your customer. So if you're looking at a fee CSV, it's actually going to show up as 2 different charges, 5% of shipping received, 5% of the sale amount. That one is not listed on your order CSV, so we're going to find it next. And then the third fee is your Etsy listing fee. That's 20 cents every time you list or renew your product in your shop. So let's talk about how to find those latter 2 fees. So you want to be in your shop manager and click on finances and then click on monthly statements. Once you're in your monthly statement, you want to look at the activity summary for whatever month you're trying to do your books for. And I will make a quick note, if you're looking for any months prior to January 2022, this screen will look a little bit different. It's going to have a little bit less detail on it. So for 2022 months and onward, you're going to see more of a breakdown here. Just don't be alarmed if it looks a little bit different if you're catching up on 2021 or years prior. So the first thing you see on the screen is a breakdown of your sales and then the 3 types of expenses that you have selling on Etsy. We're concerned with this fees area right here. You want to click to drop down this fees box and you want to enter your listing fees and your transaction fees on the appropriate area of your spreadsheet. The processing fees and the credits against them you have already imported in right here when you did your copy and paste of your order CSV. Now you may notice that your processing fees look slightly different than what's reported on Etsy. So if I get my calculator out and I do 130.33 minus 463, I get 125.70. And over here on my spreadsheet, I have 129.75. So I'm off by a few dollars. And I've actually dug into several seller spreadsheets to verify why this difference is happening. You can reconcile if you want by downloading this CSV and comparing it to your order CSV, and it's all timing differences. There are different cutoff times between the report that goes into these totals and the report that you're importing here. And the report that we're importing here is the same time cutoff as your 1099. So this is what we're going to go with because we want our numbers to match to the 1099 if we can. So don't be alarmed if you have a slight dollar difference from what you're seeing over here. It's usually just a sale that either happened at the very beginning or the very end of the month and will be included in the next fees screen or was included in the previous fees screen. The same caveat goes for your sales. You're going to probably see a slightly different total than what you imported in, and that is usually because of the timing differences between the 2 reports as well. So don't be alarmed by that. I also have a supplementary video if you are the type of person that wants to understand the ins and outs of this and exactly how it reconciles to your order CSV or to your 1099K. I have another video that And I show you how to download the CSV and interpret it and interpret any differences between what is on your actual spreadsheet or your 1099. So if you're the type of person that really likes to understand the whys behind all of that, feel free to watch that video so that you can understand. If you're just trying to get the numbers into your spreadsheet and you don't care about the whys behind the differences in these reports, then let's move forward with entering these guys. Let's talk about what we do want to enter from here. We're going to enter our listing fees and our transaction fees, and you want to take any of these credits into account and enter the net effect of the two. So if you're using the Etsy Seller Spreadsheet, you have an actual Etsy fees tab here where you can go in, enter whatever date of the month you want. I'm going to do the last day of the month. And you can enter one lump sum of those two fees if you want, or you can break them out. I'm going to break them out. So I had $8.80 in listing fees. I'm actually going to put this as Etsy and then put listing fees here. And then I'm going to add those two together. So I'm going to get $292 with a $771 credit. And I'm going to enter the net effect of that, $193 transaction fees. So there we go. You want to always keep in mind that we're entering these expenses as a positive number. Don't get confused if they show up as negatives here. The spreadsheet already knows to subtract them from your total sales. If you have the Etsy import add-on, you may not have an Etsy fees tab. You may just have this row. And if that's the case, you can just enter that sum right here on the cell of your Etsy import add-on. If you have the seller spreadsheet though, you should have a tab that you can enter it individually on. Again, you don't need to enter the processing fees. That is the one fee that's already included on your order CSV under card processing fees, already there. So you don't want to re-enter it because you're going to end up double counting that fee. The next thing that you want to do is enter any other fees that are showing up on your activity summary here. So that may be marketing fees, Etsy ads, offsite ads. I think if you have any subscription fees or anything like that, that shows up here, and any shipping label purchases as well. So if you have anything showing up under marketing, I would probably enter it under the advertising tab. If there's another place that feels good for you, that's fine too. And then those shipping label fees should be entered over here on the postage tab. And again, you can just date it for the end of the month, put the whole lump sum there, and you should see it traveling over to your monthly summary tab. That's how you enter the fees from your Etsy activity summary each month. That should capture all of the money that Etsy is taking out of your sales before you get your deposits. If you want more supplementary information on how to download this CSV and understand these numbers and reconcile them to your order CSV or your spreadsheet or your 1099, make sure you watch that extra video. There should be a link to it in the instructions and also in the FAQ knowledge base.